Hello, it's Mr. Thompson again. I'm here today to talk you through some Grade E at GCSE or Level 5 at Key Stage 3 material, and that's all about rounding to one decimal place. So let's get started with an example. Okay, so I'm going to start with this question here. It says round 37.15 to one decimal place. So that basically means that whatever answer we give has to have one digit after the decimal place. And we want to decide if 37.15 is closer to 37.1 or 37.2. So this is how we're going to do it. This is my sort of question box. So down here I'm going to write out 37.15. And okay, so I'm going to start by looking at this. Now we've been asked to round to one decimal place. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line after that first decimal place. So because I'm rounding to one decimal place, after the first digit that comes after the decimal place, I'm going to put a line. If this said to two decimal places, we'd put our line after the second digit that came after the decimal place. Okay, now it is actually this number straight after the line I've just drawn that I am going to look at. So you'll notice at the top here I've done this box here that tells me when to round down and when to round up. So we normally round down with any number 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, and we round up with 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. This is very important. So because we're going to look at this number, because the number that comes after my line is a 5, that means that the 5 obviously comes in this box here, so this means it's under the up box. So this number here, the first decimal place, is going to be rounded up to 37.2. So the 5 has told us that we need to round the first digit up to 37.2. Let's do another example as well. Okay, so this second example, the question's up here again. We're going to round 4.52 to one decimal place. So once again, this number here, the whole number, I'm going to write out down here, 4.52. Now remember, it's asking us to round to one decimal place, so I'm going to look for my first digit after the decimal place. So I'm going to start the decimal place and count on one digit. This is my first decimal place. So after my first decimal place, just the same as I did before, I'm going to put my line there. Okay, now we're going to look at this number that comes immediately after the line, the one straight after the red line, and then we're going to look up here. So as you can see, we're looking at this 2, and that comes in the down. That comes in the down column. So what we're actually doing is rounding this number, rounding 4.52 down to the nearest tenth. This is the tenths column, remember. Now, although we say down, what we actually mean is that that number stays the same. It won't actually go down to a 4. The 4.52 is rounded down to 4.5. Okay, so that's that one there, and remember our answer has to have one digit after the decimal place because we were asked for one decimal place. I'll do one more example. Okay, so our final example is asking us to round 3.97 to the nearest one decimal place. So as always, I'm going to start off by doing 3.97, and it's asked us for to round to one decimal place, so we need to put a line down here, a red line down after the first decimal place. Okay, now we're going to look at this number 7, and that 7 comes in the up column, so we're actually going to round 3.97 up to the nearest one decimal place. However, the 7 would round this up to a 10, but if you think about it, as soon as we have 10 tenths, that is equivalent to 1 unit. So the 7, if you like, rounds the 9 up to 10, but we almost carry this 1 across here. So not only does the 9 go up to 10, but the 1 moves this 3 up to a 4 as well. So our actual answer is 4. However, because it's to one decimal place, even though we have 0 tenths, remember our answer must have one digit after the decimal place. So even though it's a 0, we still need to write that in. Okay, I really hope that's been useful. If you found that relatively straightforward, please have a look at my video on rounding to 2 decimal places, which is also level 5 work, but that is slightly more difficult, level 5 or grade E at GCSE. Okay, hope that's been helpful. Until next time, bye bye.